Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, we're live.
Are we?
I believe we are. Yes. Hello, wonderful humans. Welcome to the first ever Board Game Dad live show. My name is Anthony.
My name is Eric.
And we are the Board Game Dads coming to you live in person from our respective houses. And what good live stream is there without a little bit of technical difficulties, which we hopefully got out of the way very early on, which is why we're a few minutes late.
Right,
And
my fault.
It should be all smooth sailing from here, I would imagine.
I would imagine it's starting to rain.
Perfect.
We're gonna lose power.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, apologies to all three of you. We already lost somebody, so it's probably my wife gave up already, I bet. Anyway, folks, even if you're watching this at a later date, we are happy that you are checking it out here. We do want to reiterate that this is the very, very end of a very long Board Game Dad's summer block party. And we're going to go a little bit further into a lot of our previous picks. But before that, Eric, you want to give a quick rundown on what exactly this block party consisted of?
Sure. So we had about 9 weeks of videos, and 7 of them were specific to different themes that we came up with that represent summer. Now, throughout the whole thing that we've been doing this, we've been asking you what kind of themes, what kind of things that you like to do during summer. So hopefully we got some answers. Maybe we'll get some today, and then maybe next year we'll add a theme or we'll change them around.
Yeah, or we'll cut it down because 9 weeks is really long.
That is true.
No, but in all seriousness, when we first talked about doing something for summer, which we knew we wanted to do, there were so many things in the whole umbrella of summer that we really did want to split it up into these multiple videos. So it was a lot of fun for us. It also gave us an opportunity to talk about, well, obviously more games than we would in a single video, but also have multiple special guests join us, which we'll revisit as well as we go through our 7 themes of summer. Eric, besides the technical difficulties, overall, how is your summer going?
My summer has been amazing. Our son was born June 15th, right at the beginning of summer. Mm-hmm. And so my job gives me so I've had 20 weeks. Well, no, I mean, hasn't been 20 weeks yet. I have had a lot of time to spend with my 2-year-old daughter, because my son, I can hold him or feed him, but my daughter, she's 2, so she's interacting, and we're getting to play a lot. We're doing a lot of cool stuff, different stuff, and it's been amazing.
Nice.
How about you?
It's been pretty good. Good. I'm lucky enough to have my wife home as well in the summers. For her school is her school. Her job is school related. Even if she was not on maternity leave, she would still be home. So that's awesome. We did some little day trips here and there, and we're having a good time. It's just because we're wrapping up the block party here, it doesn't mean that summer is over. Depending on where you live, I know some kids went back to school already in certain parts of the country. In this East Coast area, we got
summer's almost over.
It is almost over.
I got leaves falling in the backyard, and it brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, that's true. But then we're in fall, which is
I love fall.
My favorite season, honestly. So
I love fall so much. It brings a tear to my eye.
Tears of happiness. All right, folks. So basically, we are going to run down through each theme here, each video. We're not going to spend too much time belaboring the picks. We talked about those games a lot. If you want to hear more about them, go back and look at that particular video. But as Eric did mention, we did ask you for some comments on each video, so we're going to highlight a few of those. We're also going to probably come up with some other random picks that we either thought of afterwards or somebody suggested to us in the comments. And we certainly want to hear from you if you are watching live right now in the chat, and leave a comment if you're watching this afterwards as well. All right, without any further ado, Eric, should we get to the first video?
Let's do it.
All right, so before the first theme, we did have a summer kickoff special, which we kind of just explained what the summer block party was going to be about. We mentioned it was kind of cool actually because we did mention some games. What was the stipulation for those? They just had to have
They were like
the
games
word
that
summer in them.
featured summer, right? Like,
Right.
no spoilers, but when we did our Shark Week video, we had a lot of games that like had a shark pictured somewhere.
Yeah, like this
They
video.
weren't a shark game. So it was kind of the same. These are games where, and especially a lot of like farming games, things like that. Summer's just another season to send your workers out to get resources and make grow stuff.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, it was pretty much.
It was almost a whole.
Theme.
It was almost a whole honorable mention video, which is
Pretty
kind
much.
of interesting.
Yeah.
But we did get some comments on that, so we do want to highlight some of those for you right now. So let's go in and
While you pull that up, I want to point out that the intro video that we did, randomly out of nowhere, you decided you were going to wear sunglasses. And so I was like, yeah, I'll wear sunglasses. And so we've done it for the entire summer. We've been wearing sunglasses, and I love it, but I can't wait to not have to wear sunglasses.
they're not super comfortable with the headphones on. Is the problem?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
And I don't like the shine. Like I got like a little shine in the sunglasses.
Yeah. And there was a couple of videos where my ring light was reflecting so much that it looked like I had like crazy
eyes.
like cartoon googly eyes. It's kind of not as bad on these, but it was pretty funny. So check that out as well. But we did get some lovely comments, and you're going to see a few repeat offenders here, and I mean that in the best way possible. And here's our first one, Evan Diesel. Evan did participate with us on one of our summer themed videos, and speaking of the Shark Week one, him and Grayson, his son, gave us their own top 10 shark games, which we'll reference a couple videos from now. But Evan said it was a great summer kickoff episode. Thank you, sir. Summer gaming to me, and again, we asked people, what does summer mean to you, or what does gaming in the summer mean to you? Portable, outdoor, friendly games, which we could have done a whole another video on, and we may in the future, just portable games in general, to play, relax, play in a park or in the garden or really anywhere. Also having
like outdoor couch games.
Outdoor couch games, that's right. Oh man, the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. Also having an extra day off once in a while to have some people over for a nice 5-hour game of soul-crushing Eldritch Horror. I have not played that game, so I don't know how I feel about the 5 hours and or the soul-crushing. But I'm sure if you're into that theme, it's pretty cool. Also, I don't get vacations. That sucks. So when the wife and kids are away, I can deep dive into some solo games with no distractions. I appreciate that. And I've noticed as a relatively new dad that there are times when I'm home alone and it's sort of like being on a little bit of a vacation. So I do appreciate that. And solo games, I've only played one solo game, I think, still in the modern board game, genre. I played Solitaire a million times, but the only solo modern game I've played is the solo mode of Fleet, the dice game. How about you?
I have played Marvel Champions solo, and I have played a game called Set a Watch solo.
Okay.
And I attempted to play, I think, Castellion solo, and wasn't having it that day.
Speaking of Marvel Champions, we've got Chris in the chat at the Tabletop Express. Chris Barrows, thank you so much for hanging out with us and contributing to our video and always giving us some good feedback. And I want to show that he's highlighting soul crushing here equals Robinson Crusoe. That is true. Robinson Crusoe is a soul crushing game, but it is usually not 5 hours long, although it's not far off, I guess, depending on how many people play.
It's true. Ghost Stories. Another soul-crushing game.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit faster about it, though. We've got Lauren, I guess it's Ortiz?
Ortiz?
Lauren Ortiz.
She should just get married and change her last name.
Sorry if I'm butchering your name, Miss Ortiz. Love fall. More day trips, yes. We got a little summer left. We'll try to crush in some more. All right. So let's see. That was Evan's first comment here. We've got another one up from, our good friend, Professor Wren. Eric, I gave you the honors of reading this one. Go ahead.
My favorite parts of summer are the vacations. Me too, especially going to the beach and going camping. I gotta tell you, I agree with you, Professor. I love going to the beach and I love going camping. Haven't gone camping since we've had kids.
Yep.
But it's going to happen. Maybe not next year. Almost definitely the following year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a whole new scene, but we're going to roll with the punches, and we're still going to have a blast like we always did. Indeed. All right, one last comment, I think, here from the first video. Another frequent commenter here, She Always Wins, who is out on the West Coast, apparently. What does summer mean to them? Well, in California during summer, we enjoy traffic, millions of people at the beach, fires, smoke, and smog alerts. It is a tradition to stay inside. And I believe my response to this was more time for games.
More time for games. And isn't there a game called Fire Tower? Where you are putting out forest fires. And also in Forest Guardians, that's one of the things where you're putting out forest fires. So, hey.
It's true.
Check them out. Play them during the wildfires.
And if there's another, I think there's another game about specifically fighting wildfires too. I forget what it's called.
Probably.
I'd be curious to know. I don't know if you're in the chat or not. She Always Wins, but if you are, I would love to know which part of California you're in, out of curiosity. Although I have never been. Eric, have you been to the West Coast?
I have been to California. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we've got another comment here from Melissa Daly. Well, that's an easy name to pronounce, at least. Thank you, Melissa. I also love summer vacation, especially when you can visit somewhere tropical.
Absolutely, tropical islands. That's
Agreed.
That's a vacation. That. I know not people don't only go to tropical vacations during the summer. A lot of times people go there in the winter and fall, whenever. But to me, it feels like, because especially as a kid, that's when you go on vacations during the summer, because that's when you don't have school. So when you're going to go on a vacation and it's going to be somewhere tropical, summertime.
Oh, wait, we have to be careful how much we sing because we're live. We don't want to violate any copyright infringements, get pulled. Before we go any further, I totally forgot about this. Well, I mean, I didn't forget about it, but I forgot about it in the last few minutes. Way back in the first episode as well, I believe I had stated that the goal here was to try to get Board Game Dads to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer block party. And by golly, we just did it a couple days ago. Got to 101, actually. And I think tonight before we went live, we were actually up to 102. So huzzah for that. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed and watched some of our videos. And thank you for always leaving comments. It does mean a lot. It's a small number, but it's pretty important to us. And now we get to say that it's YouTube channel Board Game Dads, not, /E5679149516. So
I'm never going to remember that.
Exactly. Well, that you don't have to now. Board Game Dads. That's all you need to know. All you need to know. All right, Eric. What was our second video, first theme of summer?
I don't know. I got it written down. July 4th. July 4th, Independence Day for the Americans.
Day.
For everybody else, it's just, the 4th day of July.
Just the 4th day of July. Yeah. And then I would guess for maybe if you have like an old hardcore British person, maybe you're bitter about that stuff. I don't know. I think
there's been too many generations between them. Yeah.
Okay, right. But anyway, on the July 4th video, we talked about a couple of games that had a sort of Americana vibe to them, if they had a little bit to do with American history or things like that.
I didn't. I chose games with Captain America. I just blasted off 5 games that featured Captain America.
You did.
And then I did a game that had fireworks.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all about the holiday sometimes.
Yeah, so check that one out. There was a whole lot of Cap going on.
Yeah, it was.
And I believe our one comment here from Evan, who by the way, was on our summer foods video, I think it was that he was on. And before we went live on that, we were talking about superheroes, I guess. And I was a little bit in awe because Eric is my comic book guru. He's the end all be all. I mean, him and his brother, but mostly him.
So I'm Marvel DC.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of the independent stuff.
Yes, that's true. That should be clarified. But there was something that Evan threw out that you were like,
It was where he came up with where he got the name Grayson. I just assumed it was from Nightwing or Robin, but Nightwing because it's cooler. But it wasn't, and I forget who it was from, and I'm sure he's going to comment and let us know. But I thought it was like an indie comic character, but let us know, Evan.
Yeah, Evan's probably sleeping. He's got some wacky hours. But he did mention. Sorry.
Okay. I was going to say another thing about July 4th is you talked about the game Patchwork with the reskin of the Americana, and I went out, bought it, and we played it just in time for July 4th.
And there is a Patchwork Halloween coming.
There is, and I think we might have even guessed at that in one of these videos. I'm going to have to go back and watch them and find out.
That might be true.
Yeah.
And so Evan also added that there's a whole separate Captain America expansion for Marvel Legendary, which is, I guess, an older game, but not as old as like HeroClix and a couple of those ones that you talked about, featuring caps from different eras.
Legendary's pretty old. It could be almost as old as HeroClix, if not older.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I did know this. I didn't get that set because I don't care about U.S. Agent and I don't know who else is in it, like Cap from the 20s and like a bunch of like weird. I really just want Captain America, and I already had him, so I didn't shell out the $15 for this set. But I'm sure it's cool.
In the HeroClix one, you had multiple caps too, with different poses and themes and things like that. Cool. So yeah, another one from Evan. Definitely appreciate that. Moving on to Eric's favorite theme of summer and one of his favorite holidays of all time.
Are you sure? Because I thought Pirates was next.
Moving on to Chris's favorite holiday of all time, Pirates. We sailed the 7 seas with Chris. He came on and added to some of our picks, and you will see the three of us, Eric and I and Chris, for yet another pirate-themed episode coming up in September. So stay tuned for that when we have Talk Like a Pirate Day. And speaking of,
so when we did that pirate video, yes. I was wearing that eye patch, and I'll do it for the next one too. It was so annoying. And I think one of the games, when Chris was talking about loot, I was just like messing with the thing because I tried to move it over to my other eye and hated it.
Yeah, I don't think there's, unless you have was your eye patch like from a costume, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that if you really do have to wear an eye patch, that they can be a little more comfortable than that.
They are. My wife had to wear an eye patch for like a week one time. She had something wrong with her eye. And it's padded. It's padded.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a pirate,
That's usually not the look that people are going for, but
well, if it's Talk Like a Pirate Day.
But there are definitely no shortage of pirate-themed games. So we had a good amount of content in that video as well. I believe when we started making the list of themes, that was besides Shark Week. That might have been the first one that came.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
And when we sent Chris the list of options, he was like, "Yep, pirates." So that was an easy one for us to get together as well. Evan also adds here that pirate games are actually not really his thing. We do know that Evan has some very quirky taste in games, like some very off-the-wall themes sometimes. But he says he did do a favorite game Friday on Pirates last year, and he had to go back and watch to see what it was that he picked, so I guess he had forgotten. Grayson picked Jamaica, which we talked about as one of our picks. And I picked Karen and the Pirate Island, which is a solo Japanese deck building game similar to Friday. That's the kookiness that I expect from Evan.
Yeah.
I believe I responded to this under a wrong moniker, actually, because I was at work. But I really laughed when I read the title of that that game, and I was like, this sounds like something like, I don't know, like a YouTube video about
James
Karen
and the Giant Peach.
Sure.
Right.
Yes. Karen and the Pirate Island.
Right. It's just to me that's the first thing that was James and the Giant Peach. Oh, okay, it could be like a kids movie. Yeah, I never heard of that game. I have no idea.
But we really do enjoy Jamaica. Jamaica was a game that we figured out how to play over Zoom,
yeah,
and we've done a few times since then. It's got great table presence. And I just heard on the Dice Tower the other day that it's getting another reprint where they are changing, I believe, Z Garcia said something about they're changing a rule about maybe like paying stuff. Like, like every time you go backwards, you have to like see where you can pay stuff to stop.
Yeah.
It was something about that.
Okay, yeah, because that can cascade pretty quickly.
Yeah, it could be a little confusing, especially with the high player
a hand
count.
of 3 cards, and you're like, okay, whatever I do, I'm gonna use everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
hopefully they change the rule book.
Oh, that rule book is garbage. Garbage.
I don't know if we mentioned it on the video or not, but in case we didn't,
I don't think we did.
The rule book for Jamaica folds out like a treasure map, so it's very thematic. That was what they were going for. But when you're looking for a specific thing that happens on a specific turn, and you're like this,
and there's like arrows pointing at, like, oh.
Exactly. It's so thematic that it's really not user friendly at all. Oh, and look at that. Melissa agrees with us that they should definitely change that rule book.
All right.
And Chris had an addition here that he said he forgot to probably mention during the video, but he did back Dead Reckoning with all the goodies, I believe he said.
Cool.
This is one that you backed as well?
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did. Yeah. I don't know if I got all the goodies because it was a pretty high price point, so I probably just got some of the goodies.
Well, it's better than no goodies.
All right, I got to throw this out there because I've never done a live show before, and I don't think I've made any mistakes yet.
You're not going to ask to go to the bathroom, are you? I
have got to go to the bathroom so bad.
Is that seriously what you're asking?
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is ridiculous. So, like, let's go on to Shark Week. We're going to blast through this, and then I'm going to disappear for a minute.
All righty then.
Be entertained for a minute.
It's your bladder, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that your microphone is not within earshot, please. We have like a naked gun on our hands here. Anyway, folks, how are you all doing? I hope you're enjoying this very off-the-cuff live show so far. And that's pretty much it. So next theme we're going to get into is Shark Week. I will take a moment to say that I got a good amount of games for my birthday, which is also a very cool thing about summer. And a couple of them have already gotten played. One of them was, I received both expansions for Draftosaurus. We have played with one of them so far, the Marina one, which introduces I think it's Plesiosaur is how you say it. It's one of those aquatic dinosaurs. And you add it to the bottom of your park board, and it kind of extends the river a bit. It comes with a new type of dinosaur, which is pretty cool. And basically, there's all these bridges along the river extension that have an icon of the other types of dinosaurs in there. So in order to move your plesiosaur through those bridges to get more points, you need to put one of those dinos on that bridge. That allows him to go underneath. And the farther you get, the more points you get. Oh, hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. So I just leave you hanging like that, but
it's fine.
You know how like sometimes you get that mouth clicking. So I drank a bunch of water trying to stay hydrated, and and all of a sudden, for no reason at all.
What do you mean, like dry mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Not like a jaw
like
thing.
That. Like whenever, like sometimes you open your mouth to say something, and the first thing that comes out is. It's so annoying when like I rewatch a video. I'm like, oh, let's see how we did. Oh man.
Well, at least it gives you some place to focus on. Shark Week it is. So this was definitely the one that was Eric was looking forward to the most, and I mean I was too for sure. But again, Shark Week is very big over in that household over there. Did you have a good Shark Week this year?
We had a great Shark Week this year. Yeah, it was awesome. Other than the fact that we had to record the Shark Week video twice.
Yeah.
An hour-long Shark Week special where we went over like 20, 30 games, something like that, something crazy. It was like closer to 30. And we did all this trivia, and and I don't know what happened, but we could not get it. And
I know now what happened is that it was a storage thing on my part, and I wasn't able to basically download the whole thing to edit it and things like that. So I didn't realize that until a few days later, where we probably could have gotten away with not recording twice, but hey, you know what? We're better for it now.
Yeah. And so a couple of things that really annoy me about the Shark Week video. Number one was that the first time we went through, it took a little bit longer. So the second time we cut some stuff out because we thought maybe the length was the problem, why we were not able to edit it or anything. And so we did all those trivia questions. And I think he did like 15, and I got like 12 or 13 of them right.
Yeah.
And then we cut some out. And then so the second time, first, I had to pretend like now I don't know these answers, right? Like I did just because I didn't get them right the first time. I didn't want to pretend like I knew them the second time. So now you're asking me, I'm like, oh, and then I have to pretend like I don't know what questions are coming up. And then, you know, you cut like 4 of them out that I got right. And it just, my ratio wasn't that good, man. I think I was like 50%. And I call myself a sharktician, hitting 50%.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
The truth is out there. Yeah. There's always next year.
2 more things. I made 2 little mistakes while we were doing that video. One of them is that I think I call it HeroClix, a collectible card game instead of miniatures game. And then the other one, at some point I was talking about megalodons, and whatever it was that I said sounded as if I don't believe that they actually existed. And so I just want to throw out there that I'm not trying to argue science. I believe megalodons existed. Whatever I said, I was probably drinking, because we probably had about 4 different like shark drinks that night just from re-recording and practicing and everything. So
yeah, in our first go through, we were like sort of recording ourselves making the drinks, and it was going to be a little more involved than that. That after we screwed up so much, I was like, "Ah, screw this! I'm just making this thing and drinking it." And then
you spilt it all over your nice table.
Spilt it all over the table.
Did you get that cleaned up?
It is. Yeah, it is
right,
about
good.
98% cleaned up. So.
98.
Well, you know, I can see it because I want to see it. Like I can look for it, but for first glance, you probably wouldn't notice.
Cool.
Anyway, on to the Shark Week stuff. So let's get some comments up here from that. We've got Evan back again. And again, Evan and his son Grayson sent us a special, very scientific Sharkometer list of shark games. So Evan says, thanks for having us on. Eric, how could you possibly argue the science? I can give you some insight to the scientific process by pointing out that the Shark Mini expansion, and this is for Rec Raiders, right? Does not come in the retail box. It was a Kickstarter exclusive.
Well, I can point something out to you too, Evan. I didn't know that. But now I do. Fair. My bad.
But yeah, I really want to thank Evan and Grayson for putting some time in to that. They went above and beyond what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So
that was awesome. What they
that
did,
was pretty incredible, for sure.
And
then I think we have a couple more comments here. We've got, who's this? Eric. Oh, look at that, Eric. I'm pretty sure I said
that. Old news, Eric. Get out of here.
Past Eric. All right, back with She Always Wins. We asked anyone knew any more games that have a shark in them, and he says that Spot-It, the Finding Dory version of Spot-It, I guess he means, has a shark. Probably have that shark Bruce, maybe even the other 2 that are in there too. Have you ever played Spot-It?
I have not. That I can remember. I might have played it when I was like 12, but I don't think so.
It's a pretty cool kids game, but it's one of those things where you have to like grab something first from the table, which I don't love overall, but kids do. So I've got a couple of those for when there's some board game clubs up and running again.
Gotcha.
All right. And, we've got a very helpful comment here from Miss Lauren Ortiz again. We learned how to clean the table.
I believe it's pronounced Ortista.
Ortista. It looks like there should be more letters then.
Hello.
Anywho. Thanks for watching, dear.
Thank you too, Melissa. I'm not just going to say hi to your wife.
Hi, Melissa. Anything else for Shark Week, sir?
Yes. I don't remember if I mentioned this, so I'm just going to say it. I am appalled that there is no reskin of Hungry Hungry Hippos with sharks. And number 2, Shark Week Uno is a thing.
Is an Uno game of Shark Week?
Yeah, it's just Uno, but with pictures of sharks.
Huh.
Yeah, I was going to get it from Amazon, but by the time I actually had $35 worth of stuff to get free shipping, it had sold out. And there was another one up, but it wasn't free shipping. So, okay.
Dun it, dun it. All right,
All
so
right.
on to the next video, which I will point out had the most comments on it, at least. So that was pretty cool.
It's the broadest topic.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's just outdoor activities. Actually, I think it was even just summer activities. But like, it's just, what do you do outside?
Yeah.
Great. Do you do it in the summer? Make a board game about it, and we'll talk about it.
Pretty much.
I have to apologize. When we did this summer, this video for the outdoor activities, I thought it'd be cool to film it outside. And it might have been, who knows? But there were so many distractions out there. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing, even indoors. But outside, I'm sweating. There's planes flying around. There's bugs all over the place. There's dogs barking in the background. And I can't see anything because of the glare of the sun, and I'm wearing sunglasses. And it's just, there was a whole lot going on. And I did a terrible, terrible job talking about Santa Monica. Actually, it wasn't terrible for Santa Monica. It was just meh. And at Tavarua, I did it no justice at all. So I do want to take a couple of minutes and quickly, I'm just going to read it off of here, right? Because I wrote some stuff down. I don't want to waste time. Tavarua is designed by Cody Miller, published by Far Off Games, 1 to 6 players, 30 to 60 minutes for 13 and up. It's a hand management game. It's got some push your luck. Basically, to push your luck, there's like a wave track. And each round, the wave comes in, and then a new one goes at the end, and then you roll a die to see what it is. If it's in that last space, the only way you can catch that wave is if that die that you just rolled is a 6, because the die roll is where the wave breaks, and you can't catch it until it breaks. So if it's a 5, you got to wait for it to move forward one, and then you can catch the wave. So that's a little bit of the push your luck. Also, once you catch the wave, each round you're going to be flipping a card. Now, the back of the card is going to tell you more or less kind of what the next card is going to be. It might say you're going to move forward on the board between 0 and 3. And you're like, oh, okay, so I'm going to move forward 1. And then something might happen where you move forward 3 and you thought it was only going to be 2, and you fall off the board. So it's got a little push your luck there because you sort of know what's coming. You have limited information, but you don't really know when it's coming.
That's cool. That's pretty thematic, actually, I think.
It is. It's a really cool game. That's why I felt terrible that I did a terrible, terrible job. Anyway, once you catch the wave, each turn and to a maximum of 6, right? Because if you catch a wave at 6, you're going to get 6 turns to play cards. Each card's going to move you forward or backward on the board, and you try to like balance yourself. And then there's other things that you can get bonus points if you like stand on the very tip of the board. I think it's like the big kahuna or something like that. And then if you get all the way in, you catch the wave right into the you get another point. So there's a bunch of different ways to score points. And then end game scoring. So you get 2 different boards. You get your short board and your long board. And each one has a trophy. So if me and you were playing and I get the short board trophy and you get the long board trophy, your short board score versus my long board score is going to figure out who wins first place. So if I get a perfect 10 on the long board and then on the short board I get a 1, and you get like a 5 on the long board and a 5 on the short board, you win. So that's kind of weird. Anyway, sorry I didn't tell you guys this about 3 weeks ago. But
I'm sure there are many people who are very offended.
Probably not. Maybe Cody Miller, right, the designer.
yeah, he's definitely
he's definitely watching this. I think I hit him up on Instagram.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Anywho, so on to our most commented on video, which is outdoor summer activities. So again, like Eric said, this covers a pretty wide variety of stuff. But the games that we talked about, or I should say, this was a special guest. This was Ryan, right?
Yeah, we had Ryan for this one.
Yeah. Ryan from dadsuggests.com joined us for outdoor summer activity video. If you missed that one, check it out. He was also with us back in Read Across America Day, which I think it was March or April. We did a video on that as well. And hopefully having him on again soon at some point. So we'll talk a little more about that later. But he wrote out some good ones. S'mores. That was a S'mores War game, right? That he
Yeah,
had?
I think it was called S'mores Wars.
S'mores Wars. That really looked. I
That
forgot to look for that.
both of these games that he brought that he talked about looked amazing. That I went right in. Right. And also, he talked about like Peaceable Kingdom as a company that makes games, which I had never heard of. I had heard of some of the games they made. I just, everybody knows Haba.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know Peaceable Kingdom by name. But Lemonade Shakeup was a really cool looking game.
Right,
and I want to get both of these games. My daughter's 2. She can't play this yet. Next summer.
So one of my picks was a Tetris-style polyomino game spelled Arraial. Nope, we have the proper pronunciation coming right up here. And again, this is thanks to Evan. Ahile. I know this because Missy, who I believe is Evan's wife, did a lot of demoing of this game at Gen Con and origins for the company publisher Pandasaurus Games. I believe the art is based on a traditional Portuguese style of art, which would definitely make sense because it is a Portuguese type of street fair that you're designing in the game. In fact, I just picked this on Favorite Game Friday last week for Favorite Upgrade. Check it out. Eric especially would enjoy my upgrade. Do you recall what this was?
I didn't because I missed that one. I missed so many in a row, and then I finally put a video in for this one, but I did it late, like Thursday night, and then he didn't put it up. No, I watched it. Yeah, I don't remember.
So
I'll go back and check it out.
I'm about to tell you. Oh. In Ahile, you are setting up these polyomino pieces on your board, and then when you have a couple of them of a certain color, you get meeples that come and visit you. That's how you get points. And then there's also, for the majority of having one type, there's this double meeple that comes in the game, one of each color. It's basically a couple holding hands. And so Evan's upgrade to that was he took those out and replaced them with some, I believe, DC superhero meeples. So
I remember it now.
Yeah, instead of having the double, you get like Batman come to your street fair, which is kind of cool. So thanks to Evan for that information about the pronunciation. I will probably never forget that now. Ahile.
Because it sounds like Ohio.
Yeah, that's true. Back from Professor Wren. We can always count on Professor Wren to lend some intelligence to our show here. The Summer Olympics is another outdoor summer theme.
That is true. I actually thought about that the other night, and I was trying to figure out what games I could talk about when I brought this up, but I guess Wren brought it up instead. And as it turns out, we have nothing. Except for Tavarua, which is about surfing that I already covered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got nothing for the Summer Olympics. So
I'm surprised there's not a. I mean, this is, I think, relatively new to the Summer Olympics, or maybe recently. But I'm surprised because there's Tavarua that there's not a skateboarding type game out there, unless there is, and I don't know about it.
I bet there is.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of a lot of popular ones. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's a lot more games out there than I could even imagine. And I can guarantee you that at least one of them is just like a stupid card game with skateboards and people, I guess.
Tabletop Express back here. You both also need to play Summer Camp.
I do.
For my birthday, it is on the table. Did not play it yet, but I am very much looking forward to trying that out. I saw a comment. Someone posted a picture of this recently on something, and in their description they were like, I set this up and my buddy who was playing looked at it and said, you know what, I can kind of tell how this game works just by looking at setup on the table. And I was like, that sounds pretty cool. That's exactly what a welcoming type game should be.
Yep.
So looking forward to that. All right, moving on here.
Oh, man, Evan again.
Evan is the MVP of comments. I'm just going to throw it out there. All right. He's always commenting, and it's not just us. And Evan has a small channel like we do, and he's always trying to participate and support people and leave comments. And he's got a crazy schedule. So I really appreciate that he spends the time to do stuff like this. So thank you, Evan. He also mentions here the Boomerang series, which I've heard of but not played, which we should because they're rolling rights, and we love those, right? They've got Australia, USA, Europe. Flipping right. Sorry.
We love those even more.
It's true. And I guess there are certain cards that have summer activities in them, traveling across the country, seeing different animals, photography, swimming, sightseeing, different foods, etc., are all well represented in these underrated games, I think. You sold me, sir. I'm going to check those out.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't even remember seeing this comment. But
Ah.
when, just reading it now, I saw Boomerang, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it has to do with like the Boomerang channel with like Looney Tunes and all those cartoon characters from the 80s. And then I read more, and I'm still interested.
Nice.
I love flipping rights, love rolling rights, and I love theme in games. It's got to be a better way to say that, where I don't have to like say thematic games and then let everybody know I don't mean complex games.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's just depends on how people start to use it. We've got a fresh comment here, though, from Melissa Daly. Farm stands and farmers markets make me think of summer. That's a good point. A lot of summer produce, right? You see a lot of road signs for fresh stuff these days.
Cherries.
I might have to check out, cherries, corn, a lot of corn.
Yeah.
Check out the newer game, My Farm Shop, before summer is over. I don't know that I've heard of that one.
I think I saw a video for that. I didn't watch the video. I saw like the thumbnail for a video for that. Looks cool. Maybe. I didn't watch the video. Maybe I'll do that next. Let's hurry up and get through these. My wife upstairs, who's watching this and making comments, wants to watch about my farm. Love you, honey.
All right, what else we got here? Another comment from Chris at Tabletop Express. My vote is for the game Summer Camp. That's right. I'm going to get that to the table soon. And another one from Melissa. Playing mini golf is one of my favorite summer activities.
One of our favorite summer activities.
It says my.
That's my wife.
Well,
our favorite activity. We love playing mini golf. She's absolutely right. And when she told me that she posted this, I was like, oh, that's perfect, because we have a game called Mini Golf Designer, which you're designing a mini golf course. And it's really cool. We only played it once. The game's a lot of fun. I have nothing against the game. The artwork for the cards, and the cards are not a big part of the game. It's the people that, I want, 4 areas of water in the so you're trying to appease these 3 people that want, specific things in the mini golf course. And the artwork is terrible. It looks like somebody has a friend in high school who's a good artist, right? Which is fine in high school. But like, if I'm giving you money on Kickstarter, make better art. And they know it's bad art too, because they recently did another Kickstarter where they were like, oh, hey, a lot of people complained about the art, so we're going to put out, better artwork cards. You want to give us money for them? No, I give you enough money, and you give me a terrible art.
You should send me art for free.
Yeah.
Cards.
Mini golf.
Mini golf. Yeah, I think there's another one called. There's a Duffers game that I think is mini golf based. I don't remember if it's solo or multiplayer. Anyway, moving on. And our final one, I believe, on this video, another good one, theme parks. Says Melissa, great summer activity, but I haven't tried any theme park games. Any recommendations? Well, I will recommend that you not play the game Coaster Park, because it is awful. If you want to hear how awful it is, I put up a video about it with Jen, the board game librarian, and we both hate it and complained about it for a good bit. And I felt bad doing so because I really don't complain about games very often. I'm pretty easy to please, but that one was not fun.
Yeah, we watched that video a few hours ago, and I remember Tom Vassell hated that game as well because it looks cool and it just doesn't work. It's a cool gimmick, but the gimmick needs to be executed well, and it does not seem like it is.
As much as he complained about it, Vassell, it was on his top 10 theme park list, like recently, like a few weeks ago.
Not a lot of theme park games. Yeah. Now, so I just want to point out to Melissa Daly that she has tried theme park games because she is my wife, and I have played these games with her. Welcome to Dino World is a theme park. There's that coaster, the roller coaster game that you have.
Steam Park.
Theme park. So maybe she forgot, but she has actually played some theme park games. And we got Dino World coming in the mail soon. Nice. It's just all those shipping issues in China are really wreaking havoc on a lot of these Kickstarters. We were supposed to have 4 or 5 of them already.
Yep. And I mean, it's not just board games; it's everything. But the board game small publishers are really feeling this. They're getting these ridiculous quotes for shipping that
Yeah.
they simply don't have the money for,
Yeah.
and they can't just go and jack up the price of the game because
Nope.
that's not going to fly either.
So I forget what the company is, but Set a Watch has a. I don't know if it's an expansion or like a new game that you can play with the old game or what, but it's done. It's just sitting in a container in China. So they are doing a Kickstarter to see if they can raise $5 a person, and they're doing some live stuff. So they're trying to like do something so that because they don't want to ask people for the money, so they feel like, well, why don't we see how much we can raise, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
But that's a cool idea, but it sucks. Like I already paid shipping. I don't want to pay another $5.
Yeah, I agree.
If you come to my house and say, hey, listen, can you give me $5 and I'll get your game shipped out next week? I'll give you $5. I'm probably just not going to go on Kickstarter and give out $5 to something that is coming anyway. I just got to wait a little bit longer. And I got enough.
If you wait it this long, exactly. So you have nothing to do. Chris does mention, doesn't that say something about theme park games if that is on Tom's top 10 still? Yeah, you're right.
You couldn't have put it better. I couldn't have put it better myself, Chris. I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, I mean, that game's garbage. You thought it was garbage. It still made the list.
I guess there's just not enough. Huh? I guess it depends too, because it depends on what you think about when you hear theme park. Like, is it just rides, right? Because at that point, then like some things on the boardwalk are those theme parks. Like, it's like the Wildwood Boardwalk considered a theme park. It's just rides. There's not like a theme to it, but.
And then what about like a festival like Ohio? or I forget. Meeple Circus, a circus. There's things that are like just on the outside of theme park, but
that's true. Theme park adjacent.
Yeah.
All right. So after theme park, we worked up an appetite, right? And wanted to get something to eat. So we're on to our summer foods. What you got? What's your favorite?
I got, let's see, summer foods. I got
hot dogs.
Nothing. I love hot dogs. I love watermelon. I love cherries. I love cheeseburgers. And I eat them during summer as well as ice cream. And we went over a whole bunch of this stuff and we talked about food for a long time. So I don't really have much more to contribute.
Our main man, Evan, was on that video. He joined us to record.
Oh, yeah. He was on point, too. He did that thumbnail, too, right?
Yes.
I guess because he had the Black Panther apron on, so he did like the Wakanda Forever. I looked at it when you sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, he's doing like I'm getting ready. I'm going to be on Chopped, and I'm going to hold my utensil." So I did the same thing, and I sent that to Batista. And he's like, "Oh, you're going to do the Wakanda Forever?" I was like, "The what?" No,
well, Eric had a Darth Vader apron on, and he was doing the Wakanda thing, and I was like,
"I wasn't doing the Wakanda thing. I was doing
in my head you were." But yeah, he had some pretty cool pics. And very bizarre honorable mention
with all the green skin people.
The Rocky Road a la mode, yep. And then that weird like hot dog themed game talked about for a little bit too.
Right.
And then we did have one comment from someone new, which was great. I checked out this channel as well after I saw this. Long Distance Gamers is a group of 3, I believe, people on this channel. And they had recently done a food-related video as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you guys definitely succeeded in making me hungry. There goes the diet. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't diet. Diet sucks. That wasn't their comment. I added that part. Fun watch, though. Enjoyed seeing all of your food picks. So thank you, Long Distance Gamers, for checking out that video. We really appreciate it.
Wait, is that Long Distance Gamer? Aren't they on Favorite Game Friday? That's Brooks, Kitty,
yes,
and
yes.
What's her name? The other girl. Ugh. She's probably the one that commented too, and that's the one that I can't remember her name.
Well, Chris knows of them as well, so maybe Chris will remember and let us know.
Yeah, they seem like they know what they're doing, and they're likable people.
Yep, definitely. All right, Eric, we're coming to the end here. We've got two more. 2 more themes this summer.
All right.
So we moved on to some wildlife. We did specifically first, right, non-oceanic wildlife because we had a separate video for oceans. So we had our wildlife themed games, which ended up being
bugs and flowers.
Bugs, butterflies, and flowers.
Bugs
and bees.
Bugs and flowers. Yeah. Because that's it for summer, right? Because all the animals that come out during the spring, and then they're just still here for summer.
Right.
But in the summer, we get a lot more bugs, and we get the butterflies towards the end of the season. And the last week or two, we've been seeing a lot more butterflies in the yard, so that's really cool.
Same here, actually. Yeah, I think the butterfly plants are really serving their purpose. I hope. Anyway.
Well, you planted milkweed.
Chris says, did you mention Lizzie? You said that one, right?
Oh, Lizzie. No. I said Kitty.
I did. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Chris. So yeah, we got everybody now on that one. Yes, I did plant some milkweed in the front, and my next door neighbor has a few, perennials in the front too, and I got a few in the backyard. So
did you get any? Did you get any caterpillars on the milkweed? Because that's what they like to eat and hang out on and become.
I guess not, because I don't see a lot of all the leaves are pretty whole. I don't see a lot of like bites or anything like that. Yeah. So maybe not. But
there's still time.
I think and I want to say they come back. The plants, I think they might come back every year. I'm not sure though. Check that out. All right. So, moving on. Comments about wildlife here. Let's see. I think we had one from Melissa. Yeah, here we go. Melissa said that she has not played Mariposas yet, but I love the butterfly theme. Yeah, it is a good one. I recently visited a butterfly house at the local nature center. Eric, were you aware of this trip?
It was my idea.
I only saw one.
But of course, I'm not mentioned in a comment.
Yeah, just like mini golf, right? You left out of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, I guess you guys both saw some pretty interesting butterflies, probably ones that you haven't seen.
We did. We saw about, I would say, 5 different species of butterfly, and one of them landed on Melissa, and it was adorable.
That's good luck.
Yeah.
That means she's destined for great things.
I'd rather have good luck from a butterfly than from a bird.
Agreed.
All right. And so are we on our last video?
This is
Oceans
it.
Video? There's like no time for anybody to have set comments, right? It was only up for a week, so we're just about done.
Yeah, there's one comment only, and it's also from Melissa. So Melissa's really helping us out here.
Oh, she's amazing.
This was one I had never heard of. She mentioned Coralia. Is that how you say it?
How I say it or how it's pronounced? Because I don't know. And Coralia. It's probably Coralia sounds better, right? Because it's coral reef, Coralia. But I've been calling it Coralia.
Cut out there for a second.
I never really thought about it. Yeah, you've been cutting out for a little while. Live.
Might be a great game for kids. Yeah, live show. So it's a pretty simple game, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's colorful too. It's a cute game. It's a fun game. It's simple. I don't know what the age range is, but I'll figure it out next time we're going to do a video and talk about it.
There you go.
Or I could just Google it.
All right, folks. So we're coming to the end here. Went through all the videos. Went through all of our comments. I do want to add that next week we will be back with another video on Wednesday. We are returning to the Dadcast. So you'll see a new Dadcast go up next week. And then, Eric, what's on the horizon after that?
Cool. We got some back to school stuff coming up. we got a falls coming, so we're gonna have to do a seasonal spotlight for that. Mm-hmm. And then October, it's all about Halloween.
Spooky games.
It's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a Halloween block party.
Yeah. Hey.
So I don't know what's happening on your end, but you're just laughing in slow motion on my computer. Did you hear me?
Yep.
Live.
All right, Eric, you ready to sign off?
Yes, I want to point out a pro tip for people doing a live recording. go to the bathroom first, or wear a diaper.
Ew.
I don't know. No.
Oh, like that mascot you like so much, the fox in the diaper. Maybe that's why his diaper is so full.
That is from the ocean video, and it's also from what was the video that I did?
That was from the Earth Day one, I think.
Earth Day. So
Yeah,
go back and watch one of those, and you'll see this stupid thing.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, for chatting, for leaving comments on other videos, for watching us, and just putting up with general shenanigans. We really do appreciate it. Eric, anything else you want to add?
I've had a blast doing this summer block party where we just focused on a bunch of things. And, it wasn't just like a video here, a video there. It was very, very focused, and it was cool to be able to do this for everybody. And really, we did it for ourselves because we had 3 viewers.
Hey, man, we were up to 7. I'm going to point that out.
Okay. But yeah, I thank everybody. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, everybody, however you want to say it, for leaving comments, for watching, and for I don't know, playing games and taking names.
There you go.
We'll just edit that out later.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of your summer. It's not over yet, so hold on to it, and we will see you next week. Good night, everyone.